Hey all. Wanted to go through not really so much a lesson, because you'll see the chords are very easy. All cowboy chords, a couple of bar things in there, but nothing unexpected. but the main point of this video is to listen for things. And the thing about this tune, Proud Mary, and off the top of my head, I know they did it on Bad Mood Rising is another example of it. But what John and Tom would do, Tom would just play in standard tuning, standard pitch, and for the main rhythm part, and then John would tune everything down a full step, and then play his part with some fills and stuff in it and soloing. But the main thing is that they were playing different chords and in different tunings, but in the same key, if that makes sense. But it'll make sense as we walk through it. So what I'm going to do is, this is the way you would hear it if you listen to Proud Mary and you just pull out your guitar, you're tuned properly and tuned normal. This is how you would hear it, and I suspect if there are people playing it on YouTube, they're probably playing it exactly like this. So let's just go through like half of it so you can see what the chords are, tuned like this, and then we'll do John's part, which is a little different, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, and it goes on and repeats from there, but that's it. It's C, A, G, F, D. Rest on D for that verse, and then big wheel A, keep on rolling. B minor, Proud Mary, keep on, whatever. Boing. And then it's around in circles. So that's how Tom would have done his part, fairly straight, without soloing and without fills or anything like that. But John's, of course, is a little bit different. And his guitar, John's guitar, would, again, they did the same thing on Bad Mood Rising. John's tuned down a full step, so his E now. His E sounds like a D now. So his would go. So you can hear when you listen closely, especially on the intro part, you can hear those. You can hear the different strings. You can hear, because Tom's D would sound like this. You can hear those notes at the high end of it, but you can also hear these notes at the high end of it. So let's just go through, and the other part of it is, it sounds to me like that John's doing the fills and the solo and stuff on here. So let's just try to go through this version and see how this one works. Okay, so now you get a feel for it. Apart from hearing again, the way I listen, I try to listen to things and figure out what's going on, is I try to pick out the high notes. Ironically, because I have trouble hearing the high notes at this point, and sitting next to amplifiers for all these years. But if I can get the high notes, then I can build the chords around them, you know. And sometimes it tricks you, because if you listen to that one, especially like with headphones on, you do hear a lot of stuff going on in the high end. That's because there's these notes, but also these notes. So it's a little tricky. But believe it or not, the one thing that was the eye-opening thing, you know, years ago when I was trying to figure this stuff out, was this. That's what gave it away. So I know there was an open E string tuned down just based on that. Because how else? Well, I mean, there's other ways you could do it differently, but that's not how I hear it, and that's not how it's done. That was the giveaway for it. And then the fills make a lot more sense. And I mean, the soloing stuff, it would sort of be the same for the parts that are up here, except they're off by 2 frets. But the lower down fills and stuff make more sense when you're tuned down and playing it in E with these shapes, even though the key is D. So that's when you have the, of course in the studio you could overdub it and do 2 different ones with the same person, but they of course had the luxury of recording rhythm tracks and stuff as a band, and Tom could do his part and John could do his. You could do them at the same time. On stage they would do them that way, tuned differently apart. But listen for that stuff, because sometimes the fills and things don't make a whole lot of sense in standard tuning, and then all of a sudden you tune down, especially in Creedence songs. And the fills and the soloing make so much more sense when it's tuned down and you're playing it a step lower in that same key, but everything tuned down. All of a sudden, that's when the light bulb will go on for you. So more of an instruction in how to listen for things than in how to actually play things. Because this one is simple. If you sat down, if you've been a guitar player for a little while, you could probably sound that one out tom chords for it. The John part's a little bit more. That's like second level listening, you know, as you develop your ear for learning these things. But hopefully that was helpful, and good luck.